Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So, okay, I said I would keep the obsessed K-pop Demon Hunters talk to the fan art I'd be drawing, and here we are, so here we go. I'm sure you can tell I loved the movie. I'm obsessed and totally not listening to the whole soundtrack on repeat. So as shown at the beginning, I was doodling and figuring out if I wanted to do actual fan arts, and sometimes stuff I love or even obsess over isn't always translating to drawings, as it sort of depends on mood or energy levels. Sometimes it just doesn't click. Like, I don't like doing Sailor Moon fan art just because for some reason I feel like I fail doing that every time. It's very bizarre. Anyway, I really liked how I drew Rumi in the sketch I was doing and figured I would rather turn it into a final artwork, as quote-unquote final artwork kind of sketches in my sketchbook are not entirely my thing. I try my best for it to look like something for Sketchbook Tour, to be honest, as those videos do well. And I also find it wasteful to not test and practice on mixed media paper using watercolor, and since I love to complain when I feel like I need more practice. Duh. Pro tip for watercolor, always make sure to plan out everything and just also remember all the steps for planning. So I had spaced and completely forgot that I should be masking out some parts. Just because of like skin and Derpy's eyes in particular, so I could do proper washes. Especially when it comes to hot press paper, it's already harder to do full washes than cold press paper. Also shown at the start really quickly, I decided I was going to do the same technique as I just did with the last painting I did, so digital line art, and then just print the line art directly onto watercolor paper. This time for Rumi, I had her hair line art purple, face and body more peach, and of course our favorite Derpy tiger in blue. Now I decided to draw Rumi with a bird, Sussy. Is it a magpie? I'm not entirely sure. And the tiger, since I feel like she sort of is the unofficial adopted parent now that Jinu's gone. Anyway, I love the interactions in the movie with these guys. It was just too adorable. Honestly, I really love this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I think the fact that everything about it was just so satisfying, from the plot, the characters, the music, the animation, aesthetic. There was so much of it that was just perfect, and I don't think I could really pick out any negatives other than just like wanting more of it, essentially. But anyway, yeah, in terms of my top 3 songs, it would definitely have to be Free, Your Idol, and This Is What It Sounds Like. Those songs definitely hit for me the most, but I definitely enjoyed the entire album. It's very awesome. I almost wish there was more. Personally, I did listen to K-pop in my high school days, since my friends did, and I really enjoyed it. So this was almost kind of nostalgia going back to listening to K-pop. At the time, it was just like Super Junior and DBSK. I think that was like the 2 groups that they loved and I was like listening to. I didn't do a whole lot of exploration myself in that case, and I think after the high school era, I kind of stopped randomly. I have no idea why. I remember enjoying it or something, and I remember maybe like, anime openings was also another thing where like I got the Japanese music then from listening, and I don't know, like there's a huge gap where I'm not even sure what I was listening to in terms of music though. Like starting from COVID era, I can say it was definitely like lo-fi and epic music kind of stuff, so it just like basically stuff without lyrics or anything in particular. So yeah, my music is so weird. Like I absolutely hate when somebody asks me, it's like, oh, what's your favorite music or something like that. It's just like, it kind of just depends on my mood and the era of what I am. Maybe I'm just like the type that kind of goes with like what's kind of popular around me, but also what I specifically like. So I'm not just gonna go with most of the stuff. Like I don't like Taylor Swift music. Sorry. There's like a bunch of North American ones I just don't particularly like. So it's not just her, or like Katy Perry or whatever. I used to be more into like North American stuff, like Gwen Stefani specifically, and yeah. And I listen to like Serbian pop music, I guess, most old stuff, and kind of all over the place with that too. But yeah, I mean, even just last year I got back into any Japanese music because I went to Japan and then I heard a bunch of music I liked. I downloaded like a whole playlist or something. But yeah, it turns out there was a lot of K-pop, I think, on there, because like a lot of the male groups I think are K-pop, a bunch of them or something. I'm very not the type that's like going to bother too much and like doing the research. If I enjoy the music, I just enjoy the music. I think somebody specifically told me that sometimes the K-pop artists will actually sing in Japanese as well, or like different languages. I don't know about like anybody else, any other languages as well, but I did notice that, and I was like, oh, okay, that does make sense, because I swear I thought I listened to one song by them and it was like in Japanese and then another in Korean, so I got, you know, thrown off by that. Like in terms of one specific artist, and for Japanese, Yaosobi I really love, because the second I heard like Free Ren opening and Witch of Mercury opening, oh my god, I love her songs so much. But I'm going totally off topic, apologies. I even wrote a script for this, but I just keep going off of it. It's great, yay. So this entire watercolor piece, as like it's going down, it was kind of very stressful, I suppose, because certain fan art, like I said at the beginning, can kind of stress me out more. And I think it's sometimes like female characters as well, once again. I think it was just fighting between just doing it in my style and still trying to kind of like match it from the original style, even though it's like technically 3D. So it's like a little bit of like a back and forth of just trying to merge the two, marry the two, and make it look good in the end. That's like the most important part. I even totally at one point when I first started forgot to mask out a few details just for it to be easier for me, for example, to work on the background and everything. Suffice to say, the actual line art for Rumi took a hot minute because I really wanted to get her face right. That was like the biggest stress. I also made the mistake, as you can probably already tell, I was like, I decided to do more pinks towards her hair instead of more blues for the background, which I realized was a slight mistake because it would make it harder to contrast, because the pink mixed with the blue obviously is gonna turn purple, right? Like mixing color logic. So that was like my pain point from like the get-go then, to make sure that the hair stands out for sure. Otherwise I did not want her to melt with the background. So aside from watercolors, of course, I keep liking to use my trusty Faber-Castell pencil crayons. That is most definitely something that helps quite a bit in terms of the line art, because again, I didn't want to like ink the line art. I wanted to kind of keep it softer and nicer and just go along with the colors. So I kept bringing in these, and I'm really happy that I bought a couple of extra colors. I don't really believe that you need like a set of like 1,000 pencil crayons in different colors. I find I'd probably get pretty lost with all those. So honestly, I did think the 12 set was going to be a little too small, and there are a few colors that I definitely did need and did add on to it. But it was nice being able to pick out the colors that I realized I was missing, as opposed to buying a set and then just kind of letting some colors I never touched just simply sit there. But again, I'm not really the type that does a final artwork with just pencil crayons, so I guess that's also the difference between me and probably other people. I'm sure it's also really nice to just like still have it, but yeah. So the one thing I was trying to figure out, staring at a lot of art and stuff from the movie, was Rumi's eye color, because I wasn't 100% sure if it was like anything fantastical about the color of her eyes, or if it was just supposed to be naturally dark brown. And I'm pretty sure maybe it is just naturally dark brown, and because of the lighting and stuff like that, maybe it gives off more of a purpley tone. But I kind of went with more of like purpley. Like I did choose like a purple and mixed it with some burnt sienna, so like a combination of the two. But I kind of went with like a little bit of artistic license in making it more purple, just to go along with the artwork itself and balance it out more. But that did also like cause me to be a little more light-handed on the on working on the eyes at first, just because like I wasn't entirely sure how I was gonna go with it. Honestly, I thought Derpy the tiger was gonna be like my biggest stress point because he's supposed to look all derpy and funny, but then there's just kind of like a, I guess there's a line between him looking derpy and me just doing a very derpy derpy attempt at drawing him. So I was trying to really like figure that out and looking at a bunch of references, trying to get like at least the details of it right. I think I succeeded. No, I definitely shrunk him down a bit. In this case, he's, I think scale-wise, definitely like bigger than this in terms of compared to Rumi. But in order for him to just like fit well within the artwork, I kind of wanted his paws to fit, and I didn't want to like cut any part of him off weirdly. Like the back half is not as big deal, but like the front portion, I thought it would like make a lot more sense. So yeah. I also don't draw animals a lot, so another stress point was just like, well, I don't even draw regular tigers ever, and so this is gonna be my like first attempt at a tiger, and it's gonna be a very derpy one, I guess. One funny theory that I saw pop up while I was doing research, looking up images and stuff like that for this artwork, was about the debate on where the bracelet finally ended up. Because I think everybody can officially say that definitely Derpy had it, like that one clear scene that was in his mouth. I think right before the Saja Boys performed. But I guess because everybody saw that Jinu was wearing a bracelet during the performance, they just assumed it was the bracelet. But just because I just was taking screenshots of that performance just to get some inspiration and ideas for like a artwork for Jinu in his demon form, I managed to actually catch one with a bracelet, and it's just the metal one. It's not the blue purple one. So yeah, that's like one particular theory that I just like jumped out at me, and I was kind of slightly curious, but I kind of, I guess, debunked myself while I was just looking at some screenshots over when they were singing Your Idol, and I was like, yeah, no, it's just a metal bracelet. And I kind of doubt that he even spelled it to look like it, because at that point I'm pretty sure he had kind of given up and lost all hope or something in that in-between of what happened at that point in the movie. But I think that's okay, because it was very sweet, and it was really great that he that his hope definitely like got reignited when Rumi did come back and everything, and he sacrificed himself for her. So there's that at the very least. So I actually am doing the voice recording, looking at this artwork like several weeks after the fact I've already completed it, which is slightly frustrating because only now I have actually found a good image of like a higher quality zoomed in image of Rumi's earrings, and it kind of like frustrates me because I think it's not like a unicorn kind of spiral solid thing, but like a corkscrew spiraling around wire type of deal. It's, yeah, always lovely when you find the proper reference photos way after completing the artwork, but oh well. Okay, so one little detail I did notice, though, while looking at tons and tons of images of Rumi and Jinu is, and I only just realized this now because I was doing more, looking at more images of Jinu's demon form or something, because I want to draw that next, is that his earring for that performance or whatever in that particular outfit is the same symbol shape as Rumi's zipper pull for this outfit, like the one that I've drawn. So I thought that was a cute touch. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. In some screenshots and some images of Rumi wearing her outfit, it does look a little bit more just like a regular star, so I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it's more extended in her case because it's like a zipper pull, and then for an earring it also kind of makes sense to be that kind of shape. So yeah, one of the little details that I actually happened to catch myself staring at stills from the movie. So just working on the final touches here, the whites and some gold accents with iridescent gold paint from that Japanese palette that I got. It's like sitting in the bottom right corner and stuff. All those little details. And the artwork is complete. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you would like to watch more of my videos. See you on the next one.